What's up, YouTube? For today's video, we're a full Lost Pokemon Types team. So this team is about Pokemon that have lost their types over the generations due to evolution or a new type being introduced. So right now, the question for today is, what Pokemon has lost its typing? Other than the ones on the screen, can you think of any? Leave below in the comment section of the video. I want to see how smart you people are. I'm going to go through the comments and see. Alright, if you missed the salt, it's not my fault. Hit that sub button and the bell. Now, I do all my streaming on Twitch, people, so if you want to come and check me out, link is in the description. Thank you to all the people who supported me there already. We do almost daily Twitch streams when I'm not loaded down with doing Mega Pokemon sweeps. Alright, so today's video we got two battles and they were really good. So we got a battle against Eckhart and my big boy is going to counter with a Goldeen lead. Man, when you come across a Goldeen lead, you got to be scared, right? So firstly we're going to be off with the Marill here. Now Marill has got the normal typing, or lost the normal typing from its pre-evolution, and I'm going to get hit by a supersonic Goldeen, guys. Only in my videos you will see supersonic Goldeen. That's the lead. So we're going to go for a play rough here. I'm running like a offensive bulky Everlight set. Does some pretty nice damage to Goldeen and gets an attack drop on the play rough too, which is pretty cool. So now we've got a special set. So obviously it didn't have any physical moves at all. It's going to be trying to burn my Marill. Let me explain what this set is. So we've got Aqua Jet, Play Rough, Superpower, usually like the moves that it runs, Ability, Huge Power, and Item Everlight. Now, what I did right is I gave it a type move that actually lost. So say it's lost its normal typing, right? So I made sure I gave every single one of these 6 Pokemon that type move that they lost. So I gave the other move as Double Edge on Marill. So I'm going to hit myself in confusion a couple of times. Actually, I was pretty surprised that Supersonic landed the first time. Its accuracy is like horrendous. I think it's like 55 or something like that, or really, really bad. All right, so I'm hoping I don't hit myself confusion. I don't want to lose to like a Supersonic Skull Goldeen. Also, I have to quit playing Pokemon. All right, so the little fish is going to get flushed down the toilet, and we're off to a pretty good lead here. So we got the Leaf On coming in here. I wish I had a Sap Sipper like Marill right now. That'd be so good. So I really can't swap out. I'm on low health. I'm not exactly the fastest Pokemon in the world. And we got a Solar Beam Leaf On. It's a special set, and it's going to have a Power Herb. Normally, you could run the Sun with this one, but they're going to be running the Herb instead. So I'm going to hit by a big beam of grass, and that's going to go up my ass, and Marill is down. So anyway, we got a pretty good lead here. We got 1 Pokemon down at each side, and I've still got 5 more Pokemon to go. So we're going to bring in the Ninjask here. Now, this Ninjask was absolutely crazy in a lot of these battles. I'm going to be running a special set, getting that Silverwing crit that just absolutely burying Leaf On in one hit. When does that ever take a Pokemon out in one hit? Like, it's horrendous, its special attack. You guys, check out, like, Ninjask's special attack stat. It's horrible. All right, let me explain what the other cool moves are on this one. So we've got Silver Wind, Ominous Wind, Air Cutter, and Mud Slap. So I gave it a ground type move. Obviously, Nincada's had the ground typing before, and Ninjask lost that one. So we're going to be swapping out here. I'm basically going to go down to an Ember from Litten, and I'm going to go into Masquerain in case it is a physical set. So getting that Intimidate up with the Masquerain, and it's going to have Fake Out. So obviously it's a physical set, or at least it's got Fake Out as one physical move. So speaking of physical bonds, I'm going to be running a physical Masquerain. This is going to be a Choice Scarf set. We have got on this one Lunge, Liquidation, Aerial Ace, and Fell Stinger. So I gave it Liquidation. Obviously it used to be a water type, and yeah, it's not a water type anymore. So Farfetch, man, Farfetch gets hit hard by that one, son, and Farfetch is going to go down. It's a shiny Farfetch. You know what? That's the second shiny Farfetch that has fainted on my channel. We don't talk about the first one, guys. We don't talk about the first one. If you don't know that meme, I'm not even going to explain that meme because it was painful. And just look up shiny Farfetch Gold and Silver Hunt. Anyway, so we got the Kingler coming out here. It's going to be a special set going for the Ancient Power. It's going to be Sheer Force Ancient Power. It's going to be some not very effective damage, but it does crit my Aggron. Now, obviously, when Aggron Mega Evolves, it loses its rock typing, so I thought that was quite unique to put into this team. So obviously, on the Mega Aggron, we're going to be running a special set. It actually gets Ancient Power too, so we both got Ancient Power. I've also got Thunder on this one, but Kingler, I don't know, man. That little crab, it scuttled to the side, dodged those Thunderbolts, and hit me with the Sheer Force Bubble Beam, almost taking me out, man. Oh, this is threatening, like Bubble Beam Kingler, man, and Supersonic Goldeen. These are Pokemon you don't want to come against, guys. Like, this is meta. All right, so we got Conqueror, Potato Nose coming in here. I think Potato Nose actually just got released in Pokemon Go too. If you guys are playing, they've released some of the Gen 5 mods. Alright, so Thunder's not going to paralyze. It's going to be I think it's going to be a special set. If it like a physical set, I would have got absolutely destroyed. And we got some good damage off there with the Flash Cannon. And Focus Miss is not going to miss. And man, Aggron is going to go down. I mean, the filter light is really, really good on Aggron. I was actually able to use that special set a lot, but I got destroyed with it in this battle. Alright, so we're going to go into Ninjas this time. I can go for an air cutter, hoping I don't miss there. Now, air cutter is a pretty cool move. You don't see it too often because it's just, outclassed pretty much by air slash. And I get a nice little crit there on the Conqueror. Now, Ninjas' special attack is so bad, that actually probably did matter. So getting a speed boost there because Ninjas is so slow. And now we've got the Litten coming out. Now, I know Litten can either go for Fake Out. Fake Out definitely won't take me out. It's actually going to intimidate me. Now, I was thinking I can go for a Mud Slap here. However, instead of just having a normal Mud Slap, I've got Ground EMZ Mud Slap. So that's going to do some amazing damage. So Litten, I mean, this is like the prime cut of Pokemon that I could use it on, right? There's going to be like no Pokemon that's ever going to be able to do this much damage to again. So going for a Tectonic Rage Mud Slap here, people, on the Litten, hoping the Litten's going to go down in one shot there. And man, Mud Slap Ninjas is something you've got to try, guys. It fails to even take it out in one shot. It does like 3/4 damage. Now we got a Flame Charge from the Litten there, and it hits Ninjas really, really hard. I lived on 2 health there. You know what, guys? I put like 4 EVs in health. That helped, guys. Always put them 4 EVs in health. You never know what's going to come in. Actually, if I didn't put those 4 EVs in health, it could have lived on 1 health. I could have plugged my merch. Damn it. Anyway, so we're going to go for the Mud Slap there because I thought Air Cutter's going to miss. And unfortunately, we don't get any scummy accuracy drop. Oh, we do get the actual drop, but it doesn't actually come into effect on the Flame Charge because I'm going to hit by the Flame Charge and Ninjas is going to go down. Damn, I wanted that miss. Okay, the EVs on that one, max speed and max special attack, modest nature. I had to run modest because its special attack was so dreadful. Alright, so we're going to be going back into Masquerain here. I can go for a Liquidation. We got a Flame Charge coming from Litten. Now, I do have that Intimidate up, but I still get hit fairly hard by it, which is a little bit of a pain. And now I can go for a Liquidation and finish off the Litten. So the Pokemon we got left is the Kingler. So I'm actually choice locked at the moment. I've got to swap out. And I know Kingler's obviously going to do no damage at all. I could stay in and go for a Liquidation, try and get a defense drop, but there's not really too much point doing that. I might as well swap it out and swap back into another Pokemon. This Kingler was pretty scary, though. So now we're going to go into Drapon. Actually, obviously, with a Skorupi, it used to be a bug type there. So I thought I'd give this Fury Cutter, right? Because that's a pretty cool bug type move. It's going to hit me with Ancient Power, does some okay damage. And I'm going to go for Fury Cutter. I thought, might be able to get this Sniper Fury Cutter going. Let's get this one going, guys. And then it's got Mud Shot. Sheer Force Mud Shot just bodies my Drapion. And then it's down. This special Kingler is dangerous, guys. Bubble Beam, Ancient Power, and Mud Shot. You don't want to come across this in a dark alley, right? You're going to get crapped. All right, so we're going to go into a Masquerain here. I can either go for an Air Erase or a Lunge. I thought I might as well go for a Lunge here and see if we can take this Kingler out in one shot. Does some pretty good damage and get an attack drop there, which is nice. That always does an attack drop. And now we've got the Kingler going for an Ancient Power. Unfortunately for me, Ancient Power is super effective against Masquerain too, and that is going to take me out. Like, it has some really good coverage against my team. So the last Pokemon I've got here is Poison. And that is my Bellossom. Obviously, its pre-evolution was a poison type, and when it obviously put a little, yellow and green skirt on and little flowers in its hair, it lost that typing. All right, so it's going to have Blizzard. Blizzard does a lot of damage. I'm very, very specially invested, and Giga Drain is going to take out the Kingler. Phew, man, we almost got swept by like a special Kingler then. A crazy first battle. I really hope you guys enjoy this. That Ninjas was absolutely MVP there. Like if you look back, it bodied a lot of Pokemon with this like terrible special type. Alright, the next battle we have is on my Discord. This one's against Skylar. And we got a Parmesan lead. Sometimes, guys, you got to put Parmesan cheese on your pizza. I mean, do you guys put it on your pizza? Or actually, not on your pizza. Probably more on your, your spaghetti. I don't know. You spaghetti people out there. What do you reckon? Yeah, you get that. It's sort of like in a block, right? Actually, real talk, I watched a show the other day. And they showed these Parmesan cheese things. There's like this massive wheel and how they made them. It's really interesting. Like, they had to like sit in like a shed or something for like 69 days before you could even use them. Anyway, back to the battle. We got a Marrow. It's going to get hit by an Energy Ball. We got a special Parmesan. And we're going to go into Ninjas here because obviously I'm going to be able to tank that pretty easy. Now, I'm thinking, judging on the damage it did to my Everlight Marrow, that this thing could well be choice specs. Its special attack is dreadful too, so it doesn't really surprise me. Alright, so we got Caswell coming. That's a very naughty nickname. And I'm going to go for Ominous Wind. Man, they predicted my Ominous Wind like hard there. Like, it's such a good move to use on Ninjas. So unfortunately, if I went for Silver Wind, it would have been so good. Alright, so go for Silver Wind here, hoping I can get like a boost on it. And I do, first go off the after Ominous Wind, I get that boost. So we're gonna get a boost and everything. Things are looking like really good right now. And Catwoman's gonna go for Blizzard. Like, oh, this is not gonna do. a lot of damage, and it takes me out in one shot. Was that, I don't know, was that even choice specs? I'm not sure. Like, I thought I could live that one after a boost. Rest in peace, Ninjas. You were amazing in the first battle, but you got Shrek in the next. All right, so we got Hurricane. It's not choice specs, and I don't get hit by the Hurricane. I lived on 2 health again. Like the first battle, I'm gonna hit it with a superpower, and rated R is gonna go down, guys. You gotta these are PG videos, guys. You know these are PG videos, all right? Like, I'm family-friendly Pimpnite. All right, so we got 1 Pokemon down. I guess that's better than none, right? Almost 2 on my side because the Marill. So we got Parmesan coming back in. It can go for an easy peasy energy ball. I don't really want to use Marill at the moment. I still have that Everlight Aquajet. I might be able to, bring it at the end. So go back into match screen, getting that Intimidate, which is going to help me so much. Actually, it did because it was U-turn. So obviously, I'm thinking that it could have like 3 special moves and U-turn just for like, scouting and things like that. Or maybe to confuse the opponent. I like to do that sometimes when we're running like mixed sets too. All right, so we got a Pikachu card coming in here. And it's going to go for a workup. I thought, okay, if I just got to hit this with anything, like an Aerial Ace, whatever, to break that Disguise. Disguise is such a good ability, man. I wonder if any other Pokemon would get Disguise. Probably not. Like, I could think of a couple of Pokemon that could get it, but I'd say it's probably going to stay like signature to Mimikyu. All right, so Mascaron's going to break Mimikyu's neck. I mean, it's a little, I don't know, its suit's going to fall off, and Mascaron is going to be swapping out there due to the red card. So we're going to bring in Poison here. Well, Poison can go for a Toxic. It's got Venoshock, it's got Strength Sap, and Giga Drain. We got max health and max special defense, and man, I tanked that +1 Shadow Ball like easy peasy. Mimikyu's special attack isn't very good. I wouldn't say it's trash, but like, you compare it to Ninjas, but it's still not the greatest in the world. And I'm running a very, very bulky Blossom set. Blossom's very nice on the bulky side too. It also can be a sweeper too. It's quite an interesting Pokemon. Got some good abilities like Chlorophyll and stuff to help it out in the sunlight. All right, the item was leftover, so I didn't mention that before. So with this set, right, I just popped those poisons off. I could go for the Venoshock. Obviously, I needed a poison type move, so I ran Venoshock. And I had Strength Sap if I come across any physical type Pokemon to not only restore my health, but obviously drop the attack of the opposing Pokemon. And I had Giga Drain as well for some health recovery and some damage. So Goliath's going to come in here. I'm really scared of that thing. Any bug, like Struggle Bug, Real Talk, is going to take me out. And I'm going to go into Masquerade because I thought that'd be a great swap in for Goliath. It really can't do much. And it's going to be a first impression set, and that does not very much damage to Masquerade at all. So I was thinking I could go for an Aerial Ace against this Pokemon. That'd be pretty good. And now we got the Colossus coming in, which is the Regigigas. Now, Regigigas is a very bulky Pokemon. Like, looking at all my Pokemon, I was thinking, okay, Marill would do really well to hit that with a superpower. It's going to be hard swapping in. So I thought, maybe they'll go for like something like Confuse Ray. I'll go for a risky swap in, right? It normally, like, Regigigas is going to go for, like, a Thunder Wave, Confuse Ray, or maybe, like, a weak attacking move. And it's going to go for Knockoff. Unfortunately, I would have loved living on 1 health there, but that didn't happen. So down goes Marill. They're going to see that I had Everlight. They probably guessed anyway due to the damage from before. So we're going to go into Aggron. We're going to leave our Rock type behind and go Pure Steel and get that awesome filter ability. I really do like using Aggron. It's my favorite Mega. Did I say this? I'm pretty sure I said what this set was. It was Angel Power, Flash Cannon, Fire Blast, and Thunder. And we had the ability Sturdy on the initial, obviously on the initial Aggron. And the Mega Stone, max special attack and max speed. So it's going to have the Power Up Punch here, and it's going to boost its attack. Now, the thing about Regigigas, its attack, obviously the slow start is still in effect, and Aggron's filter ability makes it basically so it's not going to do like any damage at all. Now I can do some reasonable damage to this thing with the Flash Cannon. I thought I'd do it like a little bit less than that, so I'm thinking, okay, it probably doesn't have something like Assault Vest. Like I was wondering what item would actually have. So anyway, I go for my barrages of Flash Cannon here, hoping to do some damage and maybe drop the special defense of the Regigigas. But that didn't happen. So Regigigas is going to go for another Power Punch. Man, I've got to take this thing out before Slow Start wears off. Because if Slow Start wears off and this thing's got like, +4 on attack, I'm going to get like destroyed. Alright, so go for a final Flash Cannon. It doesn't take it out. No! And now we've got the Regigigas going for a Z move here. So it's going to be normal MZ. So I'm like, okay. It's either going to go for an attacking move, which I thought would be odd because it's not definitely going to take me out. However, it's going to go for Z Psych Up. Now, what Z Psych Up does, it copies the stat changes of the opponent and it restores all the health, but it resets all the stats that the Regigigas had before. So pretty much it's got to start from square one. but its act is going to be together, which is, you know, kind of like the bad thing. So Regius does actually, you know, it lacks recovery, so Z-Psych up can be very nice there. So going for Fire Blast, hoping I can get a burn on this thing, but this thing is going to be like starting to steamroll my team, right? So another Power Up Punch. The next one is going to do like a lot of damage and nearly take me out. And the one after that, my Aggron is toast. So go for the Flash Cannon, really hoping for a crit or something like that. So it's something to take this Pokemon out, right? It's such a bulky like offense. It's a beast. It's definitely my favorite Reggie. And it's going to hit me with one more Power Punch. The next one, I'm definitely going to go down. This thing's got like +2 in attack now, and the slow start is wearing off. Like, you guys know when you use Regius or you face one, after that slow start wears off and it's got a couple of attack boosts on top of that, you're going to get steamrolled, right? All right, so I get the Paralyze with Thunder. That was my goal there, to get that, and it actually worked, man. I'm going to say, I don't think that I would have actually been able to stop that if I didn't get the Thunder Paralysis. Obviously, Paralysis affects the speed too, so I can bring in some of my Pokemon that were slower than it and, you know, take it out. So go for a last-minute Ancient Power Boost. Oh, it doesn't take it out. And now I'm going to go down to the Power Punch. I could have gone for Flash Cannon, but I thought I could go for Ancient Power, get a boost there, and take it out and be ready for the Mimikyu and stuff like that. But unfortunately, it was going to go down. I would have got Revenge KO'd anyway, so it was worth a shot. So now we're going to bring back in the Masquerain. And the one before, I did actually change up the items on this Masquerain. This one was a Choice Scarf set, and the other one was a Choice Bandit set in the first battle. I did sort of like change my items up. Alright, so we got the Regius going down, and we got Passimian and Mimikyu and one other Pokemon. So the other Pokemon, of course, is Shedinja. Now, I did have a couple of Pokemon to get around Shedinja. I had my Masquerain with Air Race, and I had my Blossom with Toxic Ray. So since I was Choice Locked, I had to swap out against a Shedinja. I don't think they know that I'm Choice Locked, like, right at the moment. Obviously, after the me swapping there, they would have guessed that I was, because I would have just used, like, a Flying type move. Alright, so that's going to be not very effective against my Drapion. Now, Drapion can go for the Night Slash here. Oh, I didn't tell you guys what my Drapion set was. This is a Hone Claws Fury Cutter set, Cross Poison, and Night Slash with the ability Sniper item as Scope Lens. So, obviously, when I got that crit with Night Slash, Cross Poison, or even Fury Cutter, I get a boost from Sniper, and that'd be, like, do some really good damage. So, in comes our Parmesan again there. I'm going to go for the Night Slash. Obviously, that's going to do no damage to it at all. It's going to resist that really nicely. The best thing I can do is go for the Cross Poison. I thought I could go for Fury Cutter, but it'll take, like, way too long to take it out. And it's going to be a special set again, and it's going to go for the Focus Mist. That does a lot of damage against my Drapion. Almost taking it out, but it didn't, thank goodness. And I can go for another Cross Poison and take that out. So the Pokemon we got left are Shedinja, and we got Golluspod and Mimikyu left. So I wasn't really worried about Shedinja because I had all three of my Pokemon right could hit that. I was more worried about this Golluspod, right? It's very, very bulky on the defensive side. Alright, so it's going to go for an Aqua Jet here. So it's got First Impression, Aqua Jet. I lived on 1 health, but I got flinched. Like, what the heck? Anyway, so Golluspod's going to go for another Aqua Jet, and that is going to take out my Drapion. Damn, I would have loved to get like just like a Cross Poison or Night Slash like, off against this thing, maybe to activate that, you know, that almost said weakness policy then. Emergency exit. Alright, so Half-Life 69 is probably the biggest threat at the moment. Mimikyu's not much for a threat at all, and Shedinja isn't much for a threat either. So in comes the Shedinja. I know that it can go for Shadow Sneak against me if it does have Focus Ash, which I'm quite confident that it does, because, you know, it probably wouldn't swap it in, you know, anyway to an Air Race, and that's going to hang on its Focus Ash. And now it's going to go for Shadow Sneak to get as much damage off as possible. I was always going to outspeed it. And it does some pretty good damage, but it's not going to take out my Masquerain. Now, Masquerain does have the Intimidate ability. It actually resists a lot, like pretty much all of Golluspod's attack, I believe, that it's got, apart from like Aqua Jet. And Aqua Jet's quite a weak attack too, so after Intimidate, it's not going to be doing like a lot of damage. Alright, so in comes the Mimikyu here. Now, Mimikyu actually will do a lot of damage to me, so I've got to swap out. I'm thinking, it has Shadow Ball. I know this thing does carry Thunderbolt. I've run a special one before, and yes, it has Thunderbolt. So Blossom is the perfect swapping Pokemon for this. It can virtually just go for a Venoshock and take this thing out. Now, if Golluspod wants to swap in, it's going to have to risk getting hit by a Giga Drain, or like even at a potential Toxic, and then its ability will kick back in, and the Mimikyu will swap back in. So I was wondering if are they going to keep it in or not. So thankfully, they're going to swap in the Golluspod. So Golluspod, as I said, is fairly bulky. I'm assuming they're running max health. That's why I went for the Giga Drain. Giga Drain just misses the you know, the ability for it to kick in, and now I can either go for a First Impression, or it's got something like a water type move like Liquidation. I decided to stay in here, go for a ballsy move. They went for the Waterfall, predicting the swap, and that was really good. Like, that was super, super good. I went for the Strength Sap. I wish I kind of went for the Giga Drain. but I obviously thought if I can cause a swap here, that'd be really, really good, right? So going for strength trap, dropping the strength and attack of the Golospod, and now Golospod is not going to do much damage at all. You know, first impression only works on the first turn, and Mimikyu is going to have to be forced to swap in here, so I can go for the Venoshock, right? Alright, so we're going to go for a Venoshock on the Mimikyu. I knew that obviously swap, so they get that nice double base boost in power, poisoning the opponent. Now, the next Venoshock and Toxic should nearly be enough to take it out. Mimikyu can just really just poke at me with a Shadow Ball. It's not going to do much damage at all. Maybe get a nice special defensive drop, but as I know, the Golospod is all like physical, so I know if the Golospod is max attack, even if it's not max attack, first impression is going to do a lot of damage to me because I'm running a max health, max special defense set, and its defense isn't like the greatest in the world. I really need that strength up. Alright, so the opponent lives on 1 health, merch available, and now it's going to hit me with another Shadow Ball. Blossom is going to be able to take that one easy and go for a final Venoshock and take that out. So the last Pokemon we got left is the Golospod, and whether it's going to, it has to go for a first impression, right? And the problem is I really can't swap Masquerain into it, because if it goes for first impression and then for Aqua Jet, right, you know, Masquerain's going to go down. Like, there's nothing I can do about that, right? So I got to risk it. So we got the first impression for the Golospod. It's used up that move, and you know, Masquerain is going to have to take this out itself. So I was thinking, Air Oasis is not going to take it out, right? It can go for 2 Aqua Jets to take me out. The only way for me to actually get around this is to go for Lunge. Now, Lunge drops the attack of the opponent, and Intimidate does as well. So I'm thinking I might just be able to like live on 1 or 2 health with the Aqua Jet, you know, afterwards. So you can see the damage there. Like, it's not a lot of damage. I'm going to go for the Lunge. Does some pretty nice damage. The next Lunge should be enough to take it out, and they're going to obviously go for another Aqua Jet. And unfortunately here, the Aqua Jet actually takes me out. That would have been so close, man. I don't know, like that would have been like so close. Anyway, people, hope you enjoyed both these battles. I'll catch you tomorrow. Enjoy the bonus battle. Peace.